Cody, everybody. Give it up for Cody. Woo! Yeah, keep it going for him.
Thank you, everybody. So glad you're still here, even though we were one point away from a World Series. But now I remember why I don't really watch baseball. But thanks for the season. Anyway, how many here, speaking of magic, how many people here have been to Disneyland? One person out of this whole bar has been to Disneyland. You've got to be kidding me. That is crazy. What are the odds? How many people have been to Disneyland? Okay, now I got your attention. So I went there once when I was a kid with my family. And you know, dangerous things can happen at Disneyland, right? It's Magical Kingdom. So my dad had made my twin and I a harness and leash to keep us safe at Disneyland. And mind you, my dad was a saddle maker. These weren't made for kids. This would have been better off at a bridal and pony show than at Disneyland than kids on a harness. But my brothers and sisters, older siblings, because I don't remember this, but their favorite part about their Disneyland trip was that every time an Asian would walk by, they would stop and take pictures. Like every time. That's non-stop. You know, this was in the 80s. Apparently it was a stereotype. But then everybody else would walk by and bark at my brother and I as we were on these leashes that could have been for, we're just in, you know, the Magic Kingdom. You know, so that's what I remember. But you know, Disney, I like Disney, it's nice. Anybody have kids? Little ones?
Yeah.
Man, it's such a small percentage, again, for such a large room. I'm crazed by that. So, anyway, but I've got a friend at work. He's kind of a bigger guy, he's like that. He sort of has the body shape of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill, but he's this tall. So I have my coffee cup that was empty, and he walks by and he goes and he kicks it right out of my hand. And I think, like, dude, what are you doing? Why is a man your size kicking, you know, at large? He says, oh, I'm practicing ninja. I'm like, oh, you're going to be a ninja. And I asked him, I said, well, you don't have kids. Have you ever seen the movie Kung Fu Panda? Because that's going to be a documentary of you if you keep doing this ninja thing. But, you know, and speaking of couch potatoes, does anybody here like Lay's Classics?
That's the worst one.
One small percentage, yet again, of this room, but seriously, no one likes Lay's Classics. Anyway, they're relatively popular potato chip. I'm sure most of you have had once in your life, but they have to rebrand because the Bobby Kennedy's new food rules. So they're rebranding, and they did a survey to find out the best way to do this. Well, upon doing the survey, they found out that 42% of their consumers did not know that they were made of potatoes. That sort of writes itself there, you know, 42%. I don't even know why they bother with ingredients and or nutrition value, because clearly no one's reading the front of the bag. Why would they be reading the back of the bag to see what kind of shit they're putting in their body there? So, hey, like who showed up at the end of the set, but he showed up. Straight, serious, woo! All right, you've all been great. Thanks for listening. So, take care.
Keep it going for Cody, everybody. Hell yeah. Whoa, you tripping, buddy. Nice work, though. Appreciate that. Oh, Nick Caroline made it right time. You know how that goes. Well, we got a sign-up sheet up here. Anybody can sign up, but we have only one more name as of now. So.